Let's discuss about the Maxwell's theory of the electromagnetic radiation. What is that electromagnetic radiation? So initially, before 19th century, so many scientists were thought that the electricity and magnetism, these forces are the separate. But after the 19th century, when the Maxwell, he is going to propose his theory and he has developed it's a combining theory of the forces that is called electromagnetic radiation. As the name indicates, electromagnetic radiation. Electro means electricity will be there, magnetism will be there, and radiation. Radiation is nothing but it is a form of an energy. So together that is called electromagnetic radiations. Like this. So this is called the electromagnetic radiation. And these line indicates that this is like this. You have seen the tides of the ocean, right? So like this will be there. These are the propagation of the waves, and this is called an electric field, and this is called magnetic field. So, and this electromagnetic radiation, it can be surrounding us only. It is present around us only, but we are failed to see that one, right? So because there will be exist in the form of like television waves. Can you see the television waves? No. Television waves, X-ray waves, gamma waves, radio waves, like this. In all these forms, they will be existed. So this is called the electromagnetic radiation. Let us think about what is the definition of the electromagnetic radiation. The definition of an electromagnetic radiation is, it can be defined as, it is a form of an energy that can be going to be produced by the movement of the electrically charged particles and which can be passed through any medium, or which can be passed through the matter. Matter means it may be solid, liquid or gases, or also sometimes it can travel. It can travel or pass through the vacuum also. Vacuum means it is an empty space. Let us discuss about the properties of the electromagnetic radiations. What are the properties of the electromagnetic radiation? Let us discuss here. Let us discuss about the first property, the radiant energy, which is going to emit continuously from any source, that is in the form of the waves or the radiation. What do you mean by radiation? Radiation is nothing but it is an emission or the transmission of an energy through a space in the form of the waves, like this. They can pass through the space. They will be moves like a waves. Like should be there. That is called propagation directions. And let's discuss about the second property. These electromagnetic waves, they are consisting of the very two important field. That is called, this is electric field and magnetic field. How it will be there? So these fields are perpendicular to each other. These fields are perpendicular to each other, and also they will be perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. Right? They are perpendicular to the propagation of the waves. So this is the second property. Third property says that the electromagnetic radiation, it does not require any medium to pass or to travel through anything. So it does not require any material also. It is freely. It can move or pass through in the space, vacuum space also, right? But in the order of the propagation. So next property says that the electromagnetic radiations which have the speed that is equal to the speed of light, that is called velocity of light, right? It's this speed or velocity which is going to compare with the speed of light or velocity of light, that is called 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And so when you see this one, electromagnetic waves, so these are the crustes, these are the crustes. So outside the waves, these are called these marks indicate the crustes. So this is the upper mark, that is called crust, and this is the down wave we call trough. So this is trough and this is crust, like this. One wave consists of the crust and trough, like this will be there. And the distance from this one crust to another crust, that is called the one wavelength. We are going to call as wavelength. And from downside, one trough to another trough, that the distance is going to called as an wavelength, and this is called an amplitude. Amplitude is nothing but the distance from this center line to the peak of this wave. It is called amplitude. So like this, we are going to study the electromagnetic radiations. Let us discuss about the characteristics of the electromagnetic waves. So in that first one, we are going to study, that is called wavelength. Wavelength can be, its symbol can be written as the lambda. It is the pronunciation as lambda. That is called wavelength. So wavelength is nothing but the distance between the any two successive peaks. That is called, when you see the waves, it should be like this. So like this. So any two successive peaks, crusts or the troughs. So these are called crusts or the troughs like this. So any two successive peaks or troughs of a wave, that is called as the wavelength like this. So this is called distance between the peaks, that is called trough to trough or crest to crest, that is called the wavelength. They are going to call as the wavelength. And its SI unit can be written as in meter, that is called in meter, or also nanometer. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 meter. And also can be written in angstrom. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So totally the wavelength can be measured in the meter. So next one, that is called wave number. Wave number we can symbol as wave. This is called new number, new bar. This is called new bar. So wave number is the number of waves present in a 1 unit length. 1 unit length, how many waves are going to be present? That is we are going to call as the wave number. And also it is the reciprocal of the wavelength. That is called reciprocal. 1 by lambda. That is called reciprocal of the wavelength. When this reciprocal of the wavelength will be there, then automatically so its SI unit will be per meter. In the wavelength it is meter, and the reciprocal of meter is per meter. It is called SI unit of this wave number. So let's discuss about the third characteristics, that is called velocity. Velocity can be written as in the name, and that is c, small letter c. So it is nothing but the distance travelled by a wave in 1 second. Distance travelled by a wave in 1 second, that we are going to call as the velocity of light. So if we take the velocity of light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and all electromagnetic waves which also moves with the speed of light 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So this velocity I am going to this 70 meter per second, and it is also c is equal to lambda into v. So this is the multiplication of the wavelength as well as the frequency. So this is called velocity characteristics of the electromagnetic waves. So let's discuss about the last ones, that is called frequency. Frequency can be written as nu. It's simple as nu. So it is the number of waves which pass a given point, in 1 second. In 1 second, that is called frequency. So frequency can be written as nu is equal to c by lambda, or simple c is equal to lambda nu is, if you want nu, that is called c by lambda, that is equal to nu, and this SI unit is per second. We are going to call it as per second, or it can also be measured frequency as in hertz. So these are the very important 4 characteristics of the waves. Let's solve some of the problems based on the electromagnetic properties or electromagnetic characteristics. So that is has given that a molecule absorbs the frequency, that is nu has given, that is 1.5 into 10 raised to 15 hertz, and you should calculate the wavelength, that is lambda. And you know that velocity of light, that is constant. So sometimes may ask, sometimes may given, may not be given. So that is understood that c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So let's write the given data. So that is frequency has given, frequency is equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to 50 hertz, that has given. And you know that c, velocity of light, that is c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. You know this. So what is our aim? Our aim to find out the wavelength. And you know that the what is the relation that is having nu c lambda? You know that is. So you know this relation very well about this one. So this velocity of c is equal to is a multiplication of the frequency and wavelength. So but you know this one from this relation we want to calculate this lambda wavelength. So lambda is equal to c by nu. It is called c by formula. So by applying this formula we can calculate very easily about the wavelength. So first we should take lambda is equal to, what is the value of c? C is equal to, that is constant, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second divided by frequency nu has given, that is 1.5 into 10 raised to 15 hertz as given. So let's calculate, very simple one. So this is 3 by 15, 3 by 1.5, let's calculate is 30 by 15. I am going to write as 30 by 15. 30 by 15 into 10 power 8 in the numerator, and from the denominator it is a 10 power 15. When it comes to the numerator, then it becomes 10 power minus 15. This becomes 10 power minus 15, and this is plus 8. So after this simple calculation, we are going to get the value as 30 by 15, that becomes 15 on 15 to that is 2 into 10 power minus 7 I got, because plus 8 minus 15 we are going to obtain the minus 7. Now what I am going to calculate, that is wavelength, right? That is in terms of the meter. Either we can keep it in meter meter, nanometer or angstrom. So for this number I am going to multiply 10 power 2 and divided by 10 power 2. That is 2 into 10 power 2 I am going to multiply here, and also I am denominator I am going to write 10 power 2 because 10 power 2 that is cancelled, right? I may write like this also. 10 power 2 I am going to multiply with 2 and divided by 10 power 2 with this 10 power minus 7. Now it becomes that. So 2 into 10 power 2 that becomes 200. 2 into 10 power 2 becomes 200 into 1 by 10 power 2 that becomes, when it goes to the numerator then it becomes 10 power minus 2. So 10 power minus 7 minus 2 that becomes 10 power minus 9. So you know that 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 meter. So I am going to write as 200 nanometer. So like this we are going to calculate a simple by using the simple formula. Let's calculate one more problem that has given. Calculate the frequency of radiation of wave number 5.5 into 10 power 6 per meter. So I mean they has given the wave number, right? Wave number has given, that is 5 into 10 power 6 per meter, and you know that C is nothing but velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So any relation will be there that is interlinked with this frequency and the velocity of light and wave number. There is no, but we know that C is equal to nu lambda, right? So we know this relation very well. So this is the relationship between the velocity of light that has given, wave number, frequency that we are going to calculate here, and wavelength. But they have given the wave number. So you know that the relation from the wavelength and wave number we can write it, right? So let's take this equation. We are going to find out this nu is equal to C by lambda, right? So you know that wave number that is equal to reciprocal, right? Reciprocal of the wavelength, that is nothing but the wave number. I am going to write as this C as the into nu number, right? So 1 by lambda is nothing but the wave number, reciprocal of the wavelength. So let's write the data. C is nothing but 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second into nu bar. Nu bar has given 5 into 10 raised to 6 per meter. So that's simple calculation is here. So 3 into 5 that is 15 into 10 power 8 that is become 10 power 14. So that it becomes 15 into 10 raised to 14 hertz. Right? I can write it as also 1.5 into 10 raised to 15 hertz, because frequency can be calculated in terms of the hertz or also per second, because this meter 3 into 10 raised to meter per second, right? I am going to write as meter per second, and this wave number can be written as per meter. This per meter and this meter is cancelled, only is per second only is there, that is the unit of the frequency, or also I can write it in the form of 1.5 into 10 raised to 15 hertz. Let's discuss about the electromagnetic spectrum. Here the spectrum means many, I mean it is a bundle. So electromagnetic spectrum means it is a bundle of electromagnetic radiations, I mean many types of the electromagnetic radiations. You know that there are many types of electromagnetic radiations will be there, but which are going to differ from one another with their wavelengths or the frequencies. So let us define the electromagnetic spectrum. So electromagnetic spectrum is defined as it is a set of or arrangement of different types of the electromagnetic radiations. What we are going to see, these are the gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, infrared, microwaves. So these are called the different types of the electromagnetic radiations, which are going to be right in their order like this. So that is either increasing in their order of wavelength. So this can see here. So this is the order of the wavelength, right? So 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. I mean it is going to increase from 400 to 700 nanometer. So that is in terms of the wavelength. Or also we can define that it is arrangement of the different types of radiations. It can be placed or ordered by decreasing the frequencies. See here, 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to 1, minus 2, minus 4, like this. It is going to be decreases, right? So it is going to be decrease in the frequency. So like this. So it may be increase in the wavelength or decrease in the frequencies. So that's why these are the different types of the radiations which are going to be placed, or it can be ordered in the increasing order of their wavelengths or in decreasing order of their frequencies. And also from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, it is going to be called as the visible light. Visible light means when a beam of electromagnetic radiation, when it is passed through the prism, when it is going to be dispersed, you are going to obtain the big glare, that is called violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Like this, you are going to appear this color. So when you obtain the rainbow, right? That is what the movement of the clouds and the raining movement. At that time, we are going to obtain one rainbow. That is called it is a set of the colors, right? So when the beam of light, that is what sunlight, when it passes through the droplets of the rain, we are going to it is going to be appeared as the Weber color. So that is called rainbow. So that is also set of the visible light, that is called, which is going to be appear from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. So that is called visible light.